Hi, so this is Galactic Pocket Billiards for demo day version 17. Because there are going to be more than one demo day. Quick thing. I know this is a demo and not your actual game, but if you plan on releasing on the PC platform, don't call your game Pocket X because people don't like mobile ports. Looks like the menus actually work. I'll point out that this X is actually not on screen. Lots of unlocks. I hope there aren't loot boxes. Alright. I can leave the tutorial on, which I'm going to. Hard walls, not sure what that is. Timer, not sure what that is. There's just a random picture of a sun. Not sure why, but I'll take it. There's play, create, and then play sign. This is play, but then also this is play. I'll go with the actual play. So I see a symbol I don't understand, and I'm not sure why that's in the game at all, even. Is like 240, 50, and 4. Or 2 something 4. Yeah, so this I just can't decipher at all. And especially because most people are going to boot up your game and this is going to be their first experience, you probably shouldn't show them stuff that they can't decipher. This is the time where you want to be as unconfusing as possible, we could say. I guess it's like a currency and you have to pay some amount of currency, or you get some amount of currency for completing the tutorial. Alright. Use the Q to hit the asteroid into the black hole. Each star you collect will answer an additional shot. You can hit objects while moving without penalty. These buttons are sort of contrasting with the actual background. See, so here it's like this is a navy blue and then this is a dark gray, and the contrast between the two is so low that I can't even tell what's going on there. And same over here, same color for the frame as there is for the button. So, not good. And since these are all icon buttons, I'm not necessarily sure which one to press to start the game. X might take me out of this level entirely. This one, does that restart things? This goes back to what? Right? I don't understand this. I'll just hit X. And it seemed to work. Alright, so, I can do this pool cue thing. One thing I'll point out is that this animation does not look like an actual pool cue actually being sort of used. A pool cue sort of has an impulse, right? It moves quickly and then you sort of catch it with your hand. Here it's just kind of like sliding across the table, which doesn't look correct. Can I actually hit something? I guess I can only hit this. Yep. Congratulations, you implemented 2D collision. Planet gravity will hold you in. Press space to speed up time. Okay, so just pointing it out, if there needs to be a space to speed up time button, like, why doesn't the game speed things up for me? Because I hit the thing and then like I'm just sitting around and waiting to watch. So also, this cigarette butt didn't have a stable orbit. Yep, whatever. So, also, physics are moving even though I haven't interacted with the board state. I just realized. Right? Like, this planet is moving, but I haven't done anything. Which, especially for this kind of game, is very frustrating because it means you don't have a deterministic result. And I guess another way I could put that is sort of, I can't start from the same state every single time and get a result or a similar result. Or that might not be wording it the right way. Like, so for example, if you've ever played If you've ever played Bad Rats, for example, you know that you can sort of set up all the pieces in the same position each time, but since physics sort of runs in the background while you're editing your sort of setup, it's possible to get a result that solves it one time but doesn't solve it the second time. And since the physics are also non-deterministic, once you get into the game, it's possible that a solution that wins on one round won't win on the second round. And so that all just adds up to a frustrating experience. Like, it puts things out of my control as a player, which is not good. Then capacitor gas planets, beware their strong gravity. One thing I'll say, that especially because I don't have any kind of velocity lines or anything like that, I don't know what gravity means. I just see the yellow and I see the red, and presumably the more I play, the more I'll know what kind of gravity that actually exerts. But I don't know that just from the start. So I guess we probably need a strong hit to get around this. Yep. Okay, minor thing. When I fire my ball into the hole, I kind of want to watch the ball go into the hole, because that's sort of the payoff for succeeding, right? So there should be some kind of animation associated with that. And let's try at the actual thing, because I saw there were like tooltips in the game that said, "Oh, hit the earth," and I don't know what that means if I'm playing with billiards. Alright, so these are wormholes. I know that because the game told me that, but these don't look like wormholes, right? Like, the traditional view of like wormholes is that they kind of have highlights and are kind of specular, and they have the sort of wobbly waving stuff. And that's happening here, but it's happening with two shades that are too not distinct enough to notice, we'll say. Whoop. Okay, I just noticed, because there probably isn't friction, I might have just put myself in an infinite loop. Can I reset? Yes. Oops. I forget that thing has to go through. Okay. Hopefully this is non-infinite loop. Alright. Game too fast or slow. Right? It shouldn't be my problem to worry about whether or not the game is too fast or too slow. That should be on the game design. Donk. Oh, so this here is how many shots I get to actually succeed. All right. Red walls melt objects. But you also just introduced yellow walls, and yellow walls don't melt objects, and I should probably know about that. So observation. If something melts, probably should have an animation associated with it. Same thing as with the black hole, right? This is something that happens. It's sort of the end of the thing. It should sort of signal, hey, this is why your game is ending, rather than just sort of ending it abruptly. Oops. Oops. colored rings show gravity strength in order: teal, yellow, orange, red, gray, white. Okay, but the thing is, those were 8 tiers, and that means I have to memorize 8 tiers of gravity strength. Right? Like, I'm sure somebody who's, like, going to play your game for hundreds of hours will be able to internalize that, but as someone who just wants to, like, get better at the levels as they're presented to me, that's a big ask, I'll say. Oops. And I'm already out of shots. Oh, you get shots when you pick up the things. Okay, okay. Oops. There you go. Spacebar to speed up time. Scary that you point that out to me as a tutorial thing, as if I absolutely 100% need to know it. Wait, am I supposed to cause a black hole here? Is that just, am I supposed to pocket it into the sun? Yes. That changed the goal without telling me that the goal is going to change, which I don't like. Right? If I'm playing a game that's supposed to be like a series of levels, I should know what the goal is every single time, right? Like in Mario, they don't ever make it so something other than the flagpole is the end of the level, right? They might change the ways you get to the flagpole, but the flagpole is always the end of the level. That's your goal. All right, so as far as I can tell, the puzzle here is I need to get at least one pickup, and I need to break this wall so I can actually fire it down into the thing. Alright. And I just have to wait for it to come over here. Then I can pocket it. Oops. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So there's a lot of emphasis on the fact that there's a speed up, but I think I might also like a slow down to get sort of these precision shots. If it's going to be like a very configurable game like that. Very configurable game like that. Especially since you can make shots while things are moving. Gas plants are large, striped, and solid colored. Identify gas plants by their double rings. Alright, well, you've already shown me levels with gas planets, so I'm not sure why you're introducing them to me now, and you also didn't point out the thing that makes them special, which is that you can't hit them. How do I solve this? Alright, like I can sort of hit around, but that requires some sort of motion over here, and since a gas planet can't move, that won't work. I guess I want to pick up the thing. No. Let's see what this does. Not a lot. Fire straight in. Give us a lot of momentum. That would work if we had a shot, so I can just fire it in from over here. Which we have now, but I think I might get stuck within the gravity of the thing, yeah. That. If I do this. Right, so here's sort of part of the issues where the sort of non-determinism sort of shows, because I solved that puzzle, I didn't have to think especially hard to do it, and I don't think I'd be able to repeat it if you asked me to do it a second time. So it's sort of a non I don't feel like I achieved anything by solving that puzzle, you could say. Antimatter pushes you away. Yep. Reset. Done. Thank you for supporting. Good luck. Does that mean end of tutorial? Because, especially with this kind of game, I was kind of thinking that the, it doesn't make sense to mark it as a tutorial, right? It'd be much smarter just to leave those sort of tutorial messages in with the main game, and then make it so that the entire game's a tutorial in some sense. That didn't get us anywhere. Okay. Do I not have a second? Okay, that's the end of the tutorial, and I have to like actually leave to go to the next stage, which is a little odd, but I'll take it. I don't think I'm gonna get any closer by doing that. What about this? No, I hit something. This. I feel like if I had a second shot, I'd be able to just sink it in from over here. So if I do something more like this. And here's another time where, like, sort of, the fact that this puzzle is non-deterministic is encouraging me to sort of solve it in goofy ways that don't involve me actually understanding the physics behind it. Can I, okay, I can't cancel, And that didn't waste, yeah, it wastes resources. That sucks. Especially because I knew I didn't want to do that and I couldn't cancel. Be nice if it went in the opposite direction, but I guess if it like leaves space and I have a shot, I don't mind that much. Guess this is a good time to use spacebar. Let it figure it out on its own. Alright. Again, non-deterministic physics. I didn't do anything to deserve that, but I won. That's bad. Spacebar, and you win. Not good. What's the intent here? I need to get it in between the antimatter, so that means bounce, 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 bounce. That was mostly correct. I just got the angle at the very end wrong. Yeah. Very wrong. So I need to angle it out more this way. Too much. Too much again. Also, observation, it doesn't look like it matters where I hit the ball from. Like, if I do one of these, a glancing shot. Yeah, it matters a little bit. But since there's no spin, it doesn't feel like it matters. Right? Like, if I did that shot in particular, see, it goes the same angle as I fired it. Whereas if I did this, that's the same angle. Very glancing shot. Okay, so it does something different on very, very glancing shots, but otherwise it doesn't feel like where I hit it matters at all. Yeah, just fire in here. See what happens. since the pieces move indefinitely, right? Like, eventually something's gonna happen. Oh, yeah. Can't hit those things. Again, no friction. I can just leave it going forever. In this case, it's gonna take a while, but again, I can just leave it going forever. No consequence to me. No, I should probably just hit it. This is boring. Alright, so this is a tough level because I don't have the walls to save me and sort of cheat with. I guess I have to do a sort of hook shot like so. That didn't work. Why didn't it work? Because it sort of went like this as opposed to getting closer in. Yeah, but if you get too close in, it gets more velocity going in that direction. But we want more glancing along the sides, or edges rather. Oh, then it gets stuck in an orbit. Keep going. See what this does. I could just hit it out, like, right here. Rip. That didn't work. If I had another shot, that would work. But I don't have another shot. Oops. Very close, but not quite. And because this is a non-deterministic game, you can't give me undue points, so I could just fix that. Right? I think this is very much a cardinal sin in sort of this kind of game design. Like, it can't be fixed. And that's bad, but like, you definitely understand how to make games. That's a plus. I just don't think this game is what you should continue to work on. All right, if I do this, why did I think that would do anything? I need to break through here, and that's basically all I need to do, and then eventually physics will solve itself. Yep. Oops, what do I need to do here? This will throw me away, so I need to sort of ride the edge here. Ride the edge, but slightly better this time. Ride the edge, but slightly better this time. Yep. Honestly, I'm getting kind of bored. Especially because many of these sort of puzzles don't show new things with the same concepts. They sort of rehash the same concept a second time in a slightly different way. And in a lot of ways, I'm not learning anything. I already know how orbits work. So, yeah, I think this is just gonna be it. This was Galactic Pocket Billiards. I mean, there's definitely game here, so like if I were in your position and I specifically thought the way that I am currently thinking now about the sort of non-viability of this kind of game, I would sort of just release what you have. It's a game. You can probably get downloads. It's just don't expect people to call it a good game. Unfortunately.